pastor? You mean people badmouth, said bad things about him or the church? Man, if everybody that he ever served kindly and good stayed in his church, he'd have a mega church. God, man, if just the people we baptized didn't leave, we'd have 19 services by now. People, they get a little bit hurt, and they leave. David says, will they betray me? And the answer is, yes, and keep serving. Yes, they will stab you in the back. But that doesn't mean you get to forfeit your calling. And my concern is many of us have postponed or paused or said, hey, I'm done. I was hurt. I was offended. They shouldn't have done that. They did it the wrong way. And so you stop being kingly. If God anointed you for a calling, if God anointed you for a purpose, then don't let other people hurting your feelings or offending you be of such great hurt to you. Amen. We have to stay serving. Look at Luke chapter 21. It says, and you will be betrayed. We got a few minutes, brothers. You will be betrayed by your friends, by your family. In Psalm chapter 41, verse 9, it says, it wasn't a stranger, it was a close friend. It's speaking of Judas, it's speaking of those that would betray Christ. In John chapter 15, if the world hates you, you know that it first hated me. One of the problems is we stop asking and we just assume. If there was a father who loved his son and a son that loved his father dearly, and the son could foresee that all those around him were going to betray him and arrest him and lie about him and give him an unfair trial, and they were going to beat him senseless, and they were going to kill him publicly, and it would be under the law of the state. And the father, with one phone call, with one signature, could stop all that from happening. And so the son asks his dad, Dad, they're going to kill me. Dad, they're going to lie about me. Dad, they're going to put me on trial. Dad, they've hired liars to it's not going to go well. I can see what's going to happen to Dad. You could stop all this with one signature, with one phone call. Dad, I'm your son and I'm asking you, can you stop this? Oh, what a good and loving father did. Well, there's a story of Jesus in the garden where 3 times he asks his father, take this cup from me. And the father says no. Jesus doesn't assume that the easy way is the right way. David doesn't assume just because things are good, that's the way they're supposed to be. Let me say that again. Just because things are good doesn't mean that's the way they're supposed to be. And just because things are bad doesn't mean that's the way they're supposed to be either. We're principled people, not situational people. I challenge us today to stay asking. Stay asking for the Lord. Whatever you do in thought or deed, do unto the Lord. Whether you eat meat or don't eat meat, do it unto the Lord. That's how we behave. In the 1940s, there was a movement to reach every people group that never heard of Jesus. In fact, the Joshua Project estimates about 1,700 distinct, unique people groups that haven't heard the gospel of Jesus Christ. People